Welcome to the quiz show that demands nothing less than perfection. Behind this screen, the 4 contestants will be hoping their knowledge is flawless, because one single mistake could give the game away. This is perfection. Hello and welcome to Perfection, the quiz show where only perfect play is good enough. Behind me are the contestants. We call them the usual suspects. They're in our isolation room. In a moment, we'll find out which one of them has been randomly selected to join me here to play Perfection. They will then face a series of true or false statements. For example, if I said only Americans have walked on the moon, would you say that's true or false? Well, if you'd said true, I can tell you you'd be right. Answering true or false might seem easy, but if the contestant gets a single answer wrong, their opponents, the usual suspects, will be allowed into the game to capitalise on their mistakes. Each usual suspect will play a maximum of 8 games, so they will need to think carefully and strategically about how to play the perfect game and when to come down to help. So, you know how the game works. Let's meet the usual suspects.
Hi. I'm Judy. I'm from Lancing in West Sussex. I'm a semi-retired supply teacher and this is my first game.
Hi, my name is Michael. I'm from Manchester. I'm an office coordinator and this is my first game.
Hi, I'm Jess from London. I'm a childhood studies student at Bristol and this is my second game.
Hi, I'm Joe. I'm originally from Stockport but now live in Birmingham. I'm a shop manager and this is my 4th game.
Best of luck to you all as we now find out which one of you has been randomly picked to play Perfection. Jess, it's you. Please come down and join me. Jess, welcome to the game. It's now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates. They're now very definitely your enemies. Their job is to stop you from winning the prize fund because your failure will mean the prize money rolls over to the next game where one of them could be up here playing for a bigger total. Now, every game on Perfection is worth £1,000. Here's the good news for you. Nobody has won the last 15 games. So the prize fund currently stands at £16,000. It's getting close to the record ever for Perfection. So what will you be spending the money on?
I'd like to go to India, just go and have a look around, see what it's like, because I'm half Indian and I've never been, so that would be good. I want to give some money to Mum and Dad, just to keep them sweet a bit longer.
You could maybe save some, you could keep some for a deposit.
Yeah, I haven't really thought about what else I'd do with it.
Well, it's so much money.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, here's how the game works. You'll play 3 rounds and then a final. Every round that you achieve perfection will make the final easier for you. However, if your performance is anything less than perfect, the usual suspects here will get a chance to step in and steal the round, making the final harder. Usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now so you can't see or hear anything. Each round consists of 4 true or false statements. You'll be answering against the clock. You'll only have 45 seconds, and once you've given an answer, your first answer, it will be locked in. Understand?
Yeah.
Then let's get started and play Perfection. Round 1, your 45 seconds start now. Milan is the capital of Italy.
This is so embarrassing if it's wrong, but I think that's false.
False. Lembit Opik is a Conservative cabinet minister.
I saw him on like a celebrity show, and I know he's a politician, but I don't know. I think that's false.
False. Florence Nightingale was a nurse in the Crimean War.
I don't know if it was the Crimean War. I did a project on it when I was about 6, so I'm going to say false again.
False, and watch the time here. Tzatziki is an alcoholic drink from Turkey.
False. Tzatziki is a dip.
False. So how was that? That sounded like a very confident round to me.
I honestly don't know. I think A is going to be an embarrassment.
You would question your own name when you get up here to start playing the game, but as you go through, you'll relax into it, I'm sure. So before we reveal how well you've done, it's time to bring back the usual suspects. So these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Jess's answers. Joe, has she achieved perfection?
I think she's done pretty well. C could be incorrect.
What do you think, Michael?
I agree. I think C is incorrect and possibly B as well.
Judy, what do you make of these answers?
Yes, I think she's got 3 right. I'd worry about C.
Everybody seems to have a worry about C. Jess, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Well, 3 out of 4 is a good score, but it's not perfection, and it means the usual suspects can steal the round if they can identify the one answer they need to change. Which one is it, usual suspects?
OK, so are we all in agreement? We
Yeah,
think we're gonna
definitely.
change C.
C.
Definitely.
Yeah.
OK, we'd like to change C from false to true, please, Nick.
C changes from false to true, leaving A, B and D as answered by Jess. All right, usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. Milan is the capital of Italy. True or false? False. Yes, in actual fact, it's Rome.
Phew.
Lembit Opik is a Conservative cabinet minister. True or false? False. He was a Lib Dem MP. Florence Nightingale was a nurse in the Crimean War. True or false? Yes, absolutely true. Tzatziki is an alcoholic drink from Turkey. True or false? False. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. It's a Greek dip containing yogurt, in actual fact. So, Jess, this is your final board. These 6 blank spaces need to be filled with subject categories. Here are your final round category options, starting with North Africa, running through Hawaii, ologies, and on to English, with many more in between. Now, if you'd have won the round, you'd have the opportunity of choosing 2 of those categories yourself for the final. But because the usual suspects stole the round from you, they get to choose 2, trying to make life harder for you in the final. Usual suspects, which 2 would you like Jess to play?
OK, what do we think, guys?
Bar mitzvah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What about US sport?
Yeah, we'd like to take US sport, please, Nick.
US sport goes into the final,
And bar mitzvah as well, please.
and bat mitzvah. But unusual suspects, you won the first round. Time to switch you off. We'll see you in round 2. US sport?
There's loads of sports in the US, so it could be anything.
Yes, and bat mitzvah.
Yeah, I know what that is, so fingers crossed.
All right, Jess, let's have a look at that list. Which 2 would you be keen to avoid?
Probably North Africa
Uh-huh.
and either ologies or language.
And the first 2 that you'll be choosing given the chance?
Probably celebrity and Michael Jackson.
It's only the first round. You still have 2 more rounds to find perfection. And as I always say, it's not so much whether there are your favourite subjects on there, it's avoiding the ones you really don't want to go to. So choosing for yourself really helps. Ready to play the next round?
Yeah.
Let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds starts now. The island of Malta is in the Mediterranean Sea.
I'm going to say true for that.
True. James Cameron directed The Terminator.
No, James Cameron did the other robot films, so I'm going to say that that's false.
False. Prince Charles attended Cambridge University.
That sounds like something he would have done, so I'll say that that's true.
True. And finally, Anthony Kiedis is the lead singer of the band Fun.
I believe that is true. I've got a song by them, so I'm going to say true, yeah.
True. And with time to spare, you've answered all 4 statements. Very well done. How was that round?
Okay, but yeah, it was fine. No, yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was good.
OK, before we find out how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. So here are the 4 statements, and next to them are Jess's answers. Michael, has she got perfection this time?
I don't think she has, Nick. I think James Cameron did direct The Terminator, and I don't know whether Prince Charles went to Oxford or not Cambridge.
What do you think, Judy?
I don't think Prince Charles went to Cambridge. The others I'm not sure about, but I'm pretty certain on C.
Joe, do you have knowledge in these areas?
I think James Cameron did direct The Terminator.
They think you might have made a mistake, Jess. It's the moment of truth. Let's find out how many are correct. 2 out of 4 this time, certainly not perfection. And once again, the usual suspects are into the game. Can you steal the round? You need to change 2 answers, but which 2?
B, I agree with you on that one. Are we all pretty certain on that?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll go with you on that one.
So we'd like to change B from false to true, please,
Yeah.
Nick.
B changes from false to true, thank you.
And you mentioned about both
yeah,
of
I
you
think-
said.
Prince
Charles.
I don't think he went to Cambridge.
Yeah,
OK.
Oxford.
We'd like to change C from true to false as well, please.
And C changes from true to false, leaving A and D as answered by Jess. All right, usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. The island of Malta is in the Mediterranean Sea. Is that true or false? It is true. Yes, very well done. James Cameron directed The Terminator. Key one, this. Is that true or false? Yes, it is true. You're absolutely right. So, Prince Charles attended Cambridge University. Here's the other key one. True or false? True, I'm afraid, usual suspects. Yes, he did go to university in Cambridge. As a result, you can't achieve perfection. You won't be stealing the round. I wonder whether you can still achieve perfection at home. Anthony Kiedis is the lead singer of the band Fun. Is that true or false? That's false. That's the one you were looking for. Red Hot Chili Peppers. No? Recognise? No? Lead singer of Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yeah.
OK, let's see the final board. First two subject categories on there chosen by the usual suspects. But nobody won that round. So what do we do with those two categories that were due to be chosen? Well, they will roll over to the next round. So in round 3, 4 categories will be on offer. Usual suspects. I'm going to switch you off for now. We'll see you in round 3. Kind of got away with that, didn't you?
Yeah, just. So
Yes.
That was good.
So this would be the time to do well and actually get perfection.
Yeah.
All right, ready to play on?
Yep.
Let's play round 3. 45 seconds, start now. The English King Edward I was known as Longshanks.
I've got absolutely no idea, so I'm just gonna wing it and say that that is true.
True. Tina Fey hosted the 2014 Oscars ceremony.
That's true, she did. She did it with someone else as well, so yeah, true.
True. Edinburgh is located near the Firth of Forth.
I've never heard of the Firth of Forth, so I'm going to say false.
False. And finally, England hosted the 2011 Rugby Union World Cup.
I think, yeah, that's true. I've got a friend that went. I think that's true, yeah.
True. How's that?
Yeah, it was okay. It's getting better, but I regret my answer to A. I think I've got one wrong.
All right, before we reveal how well you've done, time to talk to those usual suspects again. So here are the 4 statements, and next to them are Jess's answers. Michael, what do you make of these?
I don't think she's got perfection because I'm pretty sure Helen DeGeneres, whatever she's called, did the 2014 Oscars. And I'm not sure about the England hosting the World Cup in 2011.
OK, Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with Michael. She's not got perfection because B is incorrect.
All right, Jess, the moment of truth. They seem to think you've made mistakes. Let's find out how many are correct. Just 1 out of 4 in actual fact on this occasion. Heading in the wrong direction, really,
Yeah.
isn't it, to be fair? As a result, the usual suspects are in with a chance of stealing, but only if they can work out which 3 answers to change.
It's B, C and D, because A is right.
Is A definitely? You sure that? What do you think, Michael?
Well, let's go B, C and D, change.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. OK, so we're going to change B from true to false,
B from true to false,
C from false to true,
C from false to true,
and D from true to false, please.
and D from true to false, leaving A as answered by Jess. All right, usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. The English King Edward I was known as Longshanks. Is that true or false? Yes, true. Very well done, Judy. Good knowledge there. And you know where this is going to go now, don't you, usual suspects? Tina Fey hosted the 2014 Oscars ceremony. Is that true or false? Yes, it is false. It was Ellen DeGeneres. Tina Fey hosted the Golden Globes. Edinburgh is located near the Firth of Forth. Is that true or false? It's true. England hosted the 2011 Rugby Union World Cup. Is it true or false? Yes, it's false. In actual fact, it was in New Zealand. Congratulations, usual suspects. You've achieved perfection. The usual suspects have stepped in and nicked the round, and that's bad news for you. About as bad as it can get. Let's have a look at the final board, because there are currently 2 subject categories chosen from round 1. Nothing chosen in round 2. Those categories were carried over to round 3, and the usual suspects have just won it, which means, usual suspects, you get to choose 4 categories now to finish off this board. So how would you like to go about it?
OK, so I think we're going to pick 1 each and then decide as a team. So do you want to go first, Michael?
Ologies.
Ologies goes into the final.
I'll pick Hawaii.
Hawaii goes in.
I'm going to go with language, please.
Language, which leaves 1 to decide.
I'm thinking North Africa.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
thinking North Africa.
I concur.
Yeah? OK.
go for it.
All decided on North Africa then, please.
You are of one mind, aren't you? North Africa goes into the final. Very well played, usual suspects. It's a clean sweep for you. We now know our 6 final categories. They are US sport, bat mitzvah, ologies, Hawaii, language, and North Africa. Time to switch you off for the final time. Didn't want North Africa, ologies, or language. It's like they could hear you. I promise they couldn't, but it was like they could hear you. Hawaii?
I'm not crazy about Hawaii, but we'll see.
Well, listen, as they say, it is what it is at this stage, and it depends how the questions fall, really, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
shall we hurry on towards those questions?
Yes, please, yeah.
Jess, for £16,000, it's time to play the final. Jess, this is the all-important final. If you could achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £16,000. However, if you failed, you'll be leaving with nothing, which would be great news for the usual suspects, as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £17,000 on the next game. Let's play the final round. Jess, here are your final 6 categories. You must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £16,000.
Okay.
Think carefully. There's no time limit. Once you've given an answer, your first answer, it will be locked in.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Then let's reveal your first statement. US sport. Tom Brady is a basketball player.
Tom Brady. I'm trying to think if that sounds like a tall person or something. False.
False. Bat mitzvah. A bat mitzvah is a Jewish ceremony.
That is true. I've had friends of friends that have had bar mitzvahs, and yeah, that's true. I'm confident that's true.
True. Ologies. Seismology is the study of tornadoes.
I feel like I've heard of seismology, but I don't know where. I'm going to say true.
True. Hawaii. Oahu is the largest Hawaiian island by area.
That's false, because Hawaii is an island. I think that's false.
False. Language. Dienstag is the German word for Tuesday.
I've got absolutely no idea. It doesn't sound like the French word for Tuesday or the Spanish word for Tuesday. It doesn't sound like the English word for Tuesday. So I'm going to say that that is false.
False. And finally, North Africa. Approximately 133 million people live in Morocco.
I have no idea. My mum's been to Morocco. I'm going to say that that's false. I think 133 million sounds like a lot of people.
False. And with that, you've answered all 6 statements, and those answers are now locked in. Remember, if you make a single mistake, you leave with nothing. So which ones are you worried about?
To be honest, all of them but one.
Which one are you sure of?
The bar mitzvah question.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring back the usual suspects to see what they have to say. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Jess's answers. Jess, your answers are now locked in and you can't change them by yourself. But if you think you might have made a mistake, you can unlock the board with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. Jess, who would you like to hear from first?
Can I hear from Judy, please?
Jess, I can only see one that you've definitely got right. The others I'm not really sure about, so I'm afraid I can't come down to help you.
Okay, no worries. Michael?
I definitely know you haven't got perfection. However, I'm uncertain of 1 or 2 of the others, so I'm afraid I can't help you.
Okay, that's fine. And Joe?
I know that there's 2 that are definitely wrong, but some of the others I couldn't gamble that sort of money on, unfortunately, so I won't be coming down to help you.
Okay.
Jess, none of the usual suspects are willing to help, so you're on your own. They may well be wrong. They have been so far before, haven't they? £16,000 at stake, 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. Tell you what, before we get started, Joe, you said there were 2 that you thought were wrong. Is that right?
Yeah. C, seismology is the study of earthquakes,
You think?
not tornadoes.
And the other one?
I think Dienstag is Tuesday.
Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Let's start at the top and see how you do, shall we, Jess? Tom Brady is a basketball player. Is that true or false? Yes, that is false. He plays American football. Very well done. He's a quarterback, in fact. A bat mitzvah is a Jewish ceremony. Now, not a bar mitzvah, but a bat mitzvah. And you said this was true.
Oh, no.
Is it true or false? We need this to turn green for you. Yes, it is true. It's actually similar to bar mitzvah, but for girls.
Oh, okay.
Just got away with that one, I think. C is one of the ones that Joe thought that maybe you should have changed. So let's carry on, shall we, and go on to D. Let's leave C for the moment. Oahu is the largest Hawaiian island by area. You said this was false. Is it true or false? Yeah, it is false. Third largest island in actual fact. Hawaii is a collection of islands, and each of those islands, including the main island, have their own names, weirdly enough. E's the other one that Joe mentioned, so let's hop over that for a second and go on to the last one, F. Approximately 133 million people live in Morocco. Now, you had to think about this and thought, no, that's way too many. So you went with false. If this turns red, you are now 2 away from the £16,000 all on your own. Is that true or false? It's false. Approximately 33 million, so you're right, it was a lot less. Well, here we find ourselves at an interesting crossroads, don't we? Because there's 2 ways this can go. One, Joe could be right, and he should have come down with a chance to actually win £16,000, because it's a tough one to win this, and when you see your opportunities, you need to grab it. Or he's wrong, and you've won the £16,000. Let's have a look. Seismology is the study of tornadoes. You said true. Joe thinks you're wrong about this. Is it true or false? Yes, it's false, I'm afraid. You kind of knew, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Yeah, it is, in fact, the study of earthquakes. So I'm afraid it means you can't achieve perfection and you won't be leaving with the £16,000. But here's the interesting thing. Has Joe spurned an opportunity to be walking out of here with a large sum of money? Dienstag is the German word for Tuesday. You said this was false. Joe thinks that this is one of the ones that you should have changed. So is it true or false? It's true. So the 2 that Joe identified as the ones that should change were the 2 that you needed to change. What do you think, Joe? Your opportunity missed there?
Missed a trick, definitely. I'm gutted.
Yeah, really, really did there. Nonetheless, it is good news for your usual suspects. The prize fund rolls over to the next game where one of you could be playing for a total of £17,000. Well, it means you failed to achieve perfection, Jess, but to be honest, having been set aboard of all 6 by the usual suspects, for you to get 4 out of 6 right was pretty good going. I hope you enjoyed playing.
I really did, yeah.
You're a great contestant. Let's hear it for Jess, everybody. It's now time to meet the next usual suspect, hoping to play perfection today. New usual suspect, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Alex. I'm originally from Caerphilly in South Wales, but I now live and work in Manchester as a research chemist.
Welcome, Alex, and best of luck to you all as we now find out which one of you has been randomly selected to play perfection. Joe, it's you. Please come down and join me. Joe, welcome to the game. I was reading your bio, something really interesting caught my eye. It said, when you were younger, you wanted to run away with a circus.
I did indeed, yeah. When I was younger, I was positive I was going to teach myself to juggle. I enjoyed it so much, I started learning some of the other circus skills as well.
Right.
So I can do the diablo and spin plates as well. So, yeah, I'd love to join the circus, but...
The home was too comfortable.
Definitely, yeah.
OK, listen, Joe, it's now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates. They're now very definitely your enemies. Here's the good news. Nobody's won the last 16 games. The prize fund currently stands at £17,000. Of course, on that last game, you had a chance, really, didn't you? The 2 that you picked out were the only 2 that Jess had wrong. And I can see how pleased you were to be selected, because this is your 5th game. And of course, you can only play 8, can't you?
Yeah.
So what would you spend the money on if you won it?
I bought a house last year with my partner, and there's a lot of renovations that need doing. Imagine to get it all done and have money to spare, so treat myself as well, I think. All
right, well, look, 3 rounds of the final to come. Usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now, so you can't see or hear anything. But as soon as Joe makes a mistake, you'll be back in the game. Ready to get started?
Yeah.
Then let's play perfection. Round 1, your 45 seconds starts now. Tonto was the Lone Ranger's horse.
I don't think it was his horse. I think it might have been another character, so I'm going to say false.
False. The claret jug is a prize in golf.
I'm not very good on golf, to be honest, but I will go with true.
True. Alexander the Great died in battle.
Again, I know a fair bit about Alexander the Great, but now he died. I'm going to say that one's false.
False. And finally, the rapper Nicki Minaj is Rihanna's cousin.
I've never heard that. It's a possibility, but I'm going to go with false because I've never heard it.
False. And with that, you've answered all 4 statements. How did that feel?
Fine, actually, yeah. I was a bit worried about the time, but yeah, you get plenty of time to answer.
OK, before we reveal how well you've done, time to have a chat with the usual suspects. So these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Joe's answers. Michael, start us off here. Has Joe achieved perfection?
He may have achieved perfection. However, C and D, I don't know, I would have to guess.
All right, what do you think? Judy, can you shed any light on these?
I think he may have perfection. I'm pretty certain on 3 of them, and 1 of them I'm not sure.
Alex?
C and D are definitely right. I'm a little unsure about A, to be honest.
Well, between them, it sounds like they think you've got perfection. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Congratulations, Joe, you have achieved perfection. Well, that's a cracking start, isn't it? Let's have a look at those answers in more detail. Tonto was the Lone Ranger's horse, true or false? False. It was his buddy, actually. Silver was the horse. Hi-ho, Silver away. The claret jug is a prize in golf. True or false? Yes, of course, it is true. It is the prize that you win in the British Open.
OK.
Alexander the Great died in battle. True or false? No, that's false, but there's some doubt about how he died, whether it was from illness or from being poisoned, but certainly not in battle. And finally, the rapper Nicki Minaj is Rihanna's cousin. True or false? It's false because she isn't.
Yeah.
Joe, as a result of that perfect performance, you've made winning the prize fund a lot easier. Let's have a look at your final board, shall we? These 6 blank spaces need to be filled with subject categories. Here are your final round category options, starting with Egypt, running through ratios, business, and onto theatre, with many more in between. Now, because you won the round, you've earned the right to choose 2 categories to add to the board. So which 2 would you like?
OK. It's looking like quite a good board, actually. I'm going to go with the Hunger Games first. I've read and watched the films, so...
Hunger Games goes into the final?
Ratios, please.
Ratios goes in as well. Usual suspects. Didn't get a look in there, really, did you? He's playing very well. We'll see you in round 2. Cheerio. Well, very good start. They'll be nervous now.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at that list as well. Which 2 will you be hoping to avoid?
To be honest, I'm making it up. That isn't a great board for me at all. That's...
Good bluff, though. That's good stuff.
I'm not great on cricket.
Right.
And the Wild West as well. That's another one I'm not
All
great
right.
on.
And the next 2 you'll be choosing?
Teenage Singers.
Uh-huh.
Maybe business.
OK. You had a great start to the game. You carry on like that, it's going to be a breeze for you. Are you ready to carry on?
I am indeed.
Then let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds start now. Jay-Z is more than a decade older than Beyonce.
He is older than her, but I wouldn't say more than a decade. I'm going to go say false on that.
False. The Great Wall of China stretches into Nepal.
It's very, very long, so I'm going to say that is probably true.
True. Mycodiesel is a fuel made from cheese.
Oh, I know you can make fuel from some bizarre things. I didn't know you could make it from cheese. No, I'm going to say false.
False. And finally, Jonathan Ross wrote the screenplay for Kick-Ass.
That's a possibility, but no, I'm going to say false.
False. Good time management once more. You had a few seconds left, but not many. Good round?
No, I'm not feeling as confident as I done the last one.
Not as strong as the first one?
No.
All right, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, it's time to bring back the usual suspects. So here are the 4 statements, and next to them are Joe's answers. Judy, what do you think?
Well, he may well have perfection. I'm not sure of any of those.
Alex, can you help us out with some knowledge here?
A is wrong. Beyonce's not much older than myself, so...
You could have been a couple, couldn't you, really?
Exactly.
Michael?
I would have gone for Beyonce myself. And Jay-Z is about my age.
So there you go. They think you might have made a mistake there, Joe. The moment of truth. Let's find out how many are correct. Just 2 out of 4, in fact. Your enemies, the usual suspects, have got a bit of a look in here. Can they steal the round? Need to change 2 answers, usual suspects. What do you think?
A, I think, should be true.
Yeah.
Possibly B.
That's what I was thinking.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, maybe just B.
Should we go
A and B?
Yeah.
We would like to change A from false to true
A changes from false to true,
and B from true to false.
and B from true to false, leaving C and D as answered by Joe. All right, usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. Jay-Z is more than a decade older than Beyonce. Is that true or false? Yes, it is true. Absolutely right. Just under 12 years difference between them in actual fact. The Great Wall of China stretches into Nepal. Is that true or false? Yes, it's false in actual fact. It's entirely in China. Very well played, usual suspects. And now you know how this is going to go. Mycodiesel is a fuel made from cheese. True or false? False. It's made from fungus, interestingly enough. But then I'm sure you knew that, usual suspects. That's why you didn't change it.
Yeah.
Jonathan Ross wrote the screenplay for Kick-Ass. Is that true or false? It is false. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. In fact, the screenplay was written by Jane Goldman, Jonathan Ross's wife. Let's have a look at that final board, shall we, usual suspects? Because you won the second round, which means you get to choose the next two categories to add to that board. So, which ones do you want?
I'd plump for cricket. It doesn't strike me as a cricketer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd go for Egypt.
Egypt and cricket.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
say
I'm
cricket
happy
and
with
Egypt
those,
are
yeah.
good choices.
Egypt
Egypt goes into the final.
and also cricket, please.
And cricket. Congratulations, usual suspects. You've won the second round. Time to switch you off. We'll see you in round 3. But they went straight for cricket. And Egypt?
Ancient Egypt, I know a little bit about. A not terrible choice, but to be fair, cricket, like I say, it's not great. I don't know much about it, but my family watch it, so I may have picked up little bits.
Well, you still have one more chance to find perfection and choose your own categories for the final. So 1 round to you, 1 round to them. Let's tilt it in your favour, shall we, by getting perfection in the next round.
Let's try.
Let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds start now. The mongoose is an aquatic bird.
It's not, no, that's definitely false. It's like a ferret.
False. Roald Amundsen was the second man to scale Everest.
I'm not sure on that one. The name rings a bell. Could be for that reason, so I'm going to go for true.
True. Actress Natalie Portman was born in Israel.
I remembered hearing something that she was born somewhere like I wouldn't have expected, so it could be Israel. I'm going to go for true on that one as well, please.
True. And finally, the Kruger National Park is in South Africa.
My sister used to live right next door to it, so yes, it is indeed South Africa.
So you're saying
True.
true. Thank you very much. I just needed you to use the word. That's okay. That sounded like a confident round.
Yeah, more confident on that one, yeah.
In with a chance of perfection, you think?
I hope so, we'll see.
Well, before we find out, let's have another word with those usual suspects. So here are the 4 statements, and next to them are Joe's answers. Alex, is this perfection?
The only one I'm unsure of is B, simply because I've never heard of him.
Judy, what do you think?
There's a couple I'm not sure of. He may have perfection.
Michael?
The one I would change is C. I've got a sneaky feeling it wasn't Israel.
All right, then. You need to have answered all 4 perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Three out of 4 is not bad, but it's not perfection. And as a result, the usual suspects have a chance to steal. You need to find 1 answer to change, but which one?
I'm fairly sure Natalie Portman was born in Israel.
Do you?
Right.
Oh, well, okay, then I'll
I'm
bow
fairly
down.
sure.
And I think the Kruger National Park is in South Africa.
So we're going to change B.
B.
I think so, yeah.
We're going to change B from true to false.
B changes from true to false, leaving A, C, and D as answered by Joe. Usual suspects. Let's find out what the correct answers are. The mongoose is an aquatic bird. Is it true or false? False. It is a small carnivorous mammal. Roald Amundsen was the second man to scale Everest. True or false? Yeah, false in actual fact. He was a polar explorer. Actress Natalie Portman was born in Israel. True or false? True. And the Kruger National Park is in South Africa. True or false? It's true. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Well, Joe, the usual suspects have succeeded where you failed and they've stolen the round. Let's see the final board. It's kind of 2-2 at the moment, but because you won the third round, you get to choose the last 2 categories for the final. So what's it going to be?
I'm thinking Wild West would be a good shout.
Yeah.
Fashion. I don't know if...
Fashion. Do you want fashion? Go fashion.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to go for fashion.
Fashion goes into the final.
The Wild West, please.
And the Wild West. We now know our 6 final categories. They are Hunger Games, Ratios, Egypt, Cricket, Fashion and Wild West. OK, guys, time to switch you off for the final time. You didn't want Wild West?
No. Although I don't know what they're trying to say about fashion.
I know. Grey's very in at the moment, isn't it?
It is indeed, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Joe, for £17,000, it's time to play the final. Joe, this is the all-important final. If you can achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £17,000. All your DIY hopes and dreams can come true if you walk away with cash. If you fail, you'll be leaving with nothing, which is great news for the usual suspects, as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £18,000 on the next game. Let's play the final round. Joe, here are your final 6 categories. Now, you must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £17,000. Think carefully, there's no time limit, but once you've given an answer, your first answer, it will be locked in. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Let's reveal your first statement. Hunger Games. Chris Hemsworth stars in the Hunger Games films.
No, it's not. It's his brother, Liam Hemsworth, who's in the Hunger Games films. So that one is false.
False. Ratios. A circle's circumference is double its diameter.
OK, so the diameter is the length across a circle. Circumference is all the way round. I'm going to say false.
False.
Yeah.
Egypt. Egypt's national flag features an eagle.
I don't know why it would have an eagle on it. So I'm going to say false. I don't think it has.
False. Cricket. Don Bradman scored 100 Test match centuries.
That could be true. I'm going to go for true.
True. Fashion. Sarah Burton designed Princess Diana's wedding dress.
I don't know if she did. I'm going to go for false.
False. And finally, Wild West. Wyatt Earp died at the Battle of the Alamo.
The name rings a bell. The Alamo. I think it's Davy Crockett. I'm going to say false.
False. And with that, you've answered all 6 statements, and those answers are locked in. If you have one single mistake, you leave with nothing. So, which ones are you worried about?
I'm positive on A, but all the rest of them, I'm not sure. I think I may need some help.
OK, well, let's bring back the usual suspects and see what they have to say first. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Joe's answers. Joe, your answers are now locked in and you can't change them by yourself, but if you think you might have made a mistake, you can unlock the board with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. Joe, who would you like to hear from first?
Can I hear from Judy, please, first?
I know you've definitely got one right. There's one I'm very 50-50 on. The others, I'm not sure about. How do you feel about it?
I'd say I'm confident with probably 5 out of the 6.
No, I won't, Joe. I'm sorry. I'm too 50-50 about one of them, so no.
OK.
OK, I'll go to Michael next, please.
There possibly is one wrong, but I really don't know, Joe.
So you're counting yourself out. Thank you very much.
I'm going to hear from Alex next.
I think you've done really, really well, but I'm pretty sure there's one wrong. I would be willing to help you, Joe, but I would like £10,000.
OK, so Alex is offering to come down for £10,000 of your £17,000 prize fund. The question for you is, do you think you've managed to achieve perfection on your own and you don't need any help? If you do need any help, do you want to renegotiate with Alex, or are you happy to accept his offer?
I would like you to come down and help me. Would you accept half and half?
£8,500.
Yes, I'll accept that offer, Nick.
Yes?
OK, yeah, well, I'll go with it then.
Negotiations are concluded. Alex, for £8,500 of the £17,000 prize fund, please come and join us. OK, Joe, you've asked Alex for help. If you achieve perfection, it will cost you £8,500 of your potential prize fund of £17,000. Alex, you've now forfeited your chance to play in the next game. This is your only shot at winning perfection. Have you made the right decision? I think we're about to find out. Here are the final round statements. My first question would be, Alex, were you bluffing?
Yes, I was. Sorry, Joe.
That's interesting. Joe, is there anything you'd like to admit?
Yeah, I'm really, really not confident on the board at all. There's one.
Right, we've got that out of the way. Maybe you need to talk to each other about this board. All 6 answers are now unlocked. You might want to talk about which ones.
I assume you know A if you're a big Hunger Games fan.
100%, that's right.
B is 100% right as well.
Okay.
Because the ratio is pi, 3.14.
Ah, yeah.
C is definitely right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and cricket I know nothing about.
Right. I
Do you know anything about cricket?
Not really. No, I was saying I'm a family watcher, but it's not something that I follow. I've never even heard the name, though. That's the thing.
Okay, well, E is definitely right.
Yeah.
I think F is right.
I was thinking about that one because I'm sure it was like was David Crockett at the Alamo?
Yeah, David Crockett was at the Alamo, yeah. Okay, well, in my opinion, I'd be happy to keep the board as it is.
Well, Joe, remember, it is still your decision. You don't have to listen to Alex. However, the board is now unlocked, so you can change any or all of your answers, or none of them. Want to make any changes?
No, I'm going to go with it. I'm going to stick.
Block all the answers in exactly the same.
Yes.
All right, then. Your answers are now locked in. £17,000 at stake. £8,500 to Joe. £8,500 to Alex. 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. Well, let's start at the top. This is the one, Joe, you're absolutely certain of. Chris Hemsworth stars in the Hunger Games films. You're sure this is going to turn red?
Yes, it was his brother Liam Hemsworth that was in it.
OK, is it true or false? Yes, it's false. Absolutely right. And indeed, it was his brother Liam. A circle's circumference is double its diameter. Joe, you thought this was false. Alex came down and confirmed the detail of why it's false. Is it true or false? False. Very well done. 3.14 times its diameter. Quite right. It's pi, isn't it?
Yeah.
Egypt's national flag features an eagle. Joe, you said this was false. Alex, you agreed it was probably false. We're hoping this turns red. If it does, it gets you halfway to the £17,000. Is it true or false? It's true, I'm afraid. It's true, and it means you can't achieve perfection and you won't be taking home the cash. It is, by the way, the Eagle of Saladin.
Right.
That's on the national flag. Well, that's very bad news for you. Can you still achieve perfection at home? Let's have a run through the rest of them, shall we? Don Bradman scored 100 Test match centuries. You said true. Is that true or false? That's false, I'm afraid. And you said, Joe, you didn't know anything about cricket. Alex, you said you didn't know anything about cricket. He scored 29 centuries. It's 2 right, 2 wrong at the moment. Let's hope these next 2 go right for you so you end up with a positive board. Sarah Burton designed Princess Diana's wedding dress. You thought this was false, Joe. Alex agreed with you. Is it true or false? Yes, it is false. It was the Emanuels who designed Princess Diana's wedding dress. And finally, Wyatt Earp died at the Battle of the Alamo. You said this was false. Is it true or false? It is false. In fact, Wyatt Earp wasn't even born until after the Battle of the Alamo. Right, well, great news for the usual suspects as the prize fund rolls over to the next game where one of you could be playing for a total of £18,000. Joe, Alex, you failed to achieve perfection and you go home with no cash. Hope you enjoyed playing the game.
Yeah, I really have, yeah.
Great players, weren't they? Alex and Joe, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it certainly is a tough one to win this. That's all we have time for. Please join us again next time when our usual suspects have the chance to play again, this time for £18,000. And remember, on this show, we only pay for perfection. Goodbye.